The second act of TV unity has not yet ended. Check out all these people. It will give you an idea of a man's love for the world. Their love for you is immense. People have been watching you and loved your performance. I know it. Everything about this is incredible. American Idol always has one contestant who can do more than sing. Before he began to sing, Roland Abante strutted out like any other man. Everyone in the room froze. Their jaws dropped, and Simon did the equivalent of standing ovation by raising an eyebrow. The problem is that you missed a few things. What transpired following the viral interview, the unexpected turn of events in the semifinals, and Roland's challenges in an environment devoid of support, from a life as a fisherman to a stage presence. Roland Abante came into this world on August 17, 1978, in the peaceful beach town of Santander, Cebu. It is one of Cebu's most southern municipalities. Santander was a picturesque town with limited options. Squeezed between jagged peaks and the vast ocean was this hidden gem. Tragic and difficult times have been a part of Roland's life from the very beginning. A large portion of the town's population was surviving from paycheck to paycheck. This coastal town has a long tradition of fishing, and his dad was just one of many in his family to work the seas. Even as a little boy, Roland was expected to pitch in. Even before dawn, he and his dad would set sail for the ocean. In the soft light of a lantern, they cast their nets as the waves gently rocked their simple bunka outrigger boat. The sea provided a means of subsistence, but it also served as a teacher, instilling in them the virtues of perseverance, faith, and patience. While at sea, Roland found solace in his music, which he played for hours on end. In times of boredom, he would serenade himself, the ocean, and the sky with gospel songs. His voice sounded like the wind, and the rhythm of the waves mirrored the emotion he conveyed with each note. His preferred musical style was ballads, which featured dramatic peaks and devastating valleys. Although it may have seemed like Roland was idling away the hours, he was actually honing a talent he had honed on the water rather than in a classroom. Returning to land made life just as easy. There weren't any nearby private music instructors, and his family couldn't afford them. In contrast, Roland drew inspiration from all corners of the universe. When he was a kid, he would listen to the radio and memorize the lyrics and melodies of great singers like Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, and the band Journey. They would repeatedly play their songs, and he would spend late nights experimenting with his voice in an attempt to mimic their singing style. His talent was obvious, even though he came from a long line of artists. They advised him to perform his music at local fiestas, church gatherings, and private residences. Roland had a gift, a voice that could do more than just sing, and he could use it even when he was quite young. Their unwavering belief in his abilities offered him hope despite his family's hardships, and that was crucial. In a town where everyone else's dreams seemed too big for the shore, Roland Abante kept his own dreams alive. Before he became famous, Roland Abante worked odd jobs. He came from Santander, Cebu, and he was just an ordinary guy trying to fish for a living. Although he spent much time at sea, his soul belonged to music. In his 20s and 30s, Roland fished and performed at local festivals and fairs. Although they didn't generate much revenue, they satisfied his affection. Once word got out about how talented he was constantly asked to sing at community events like fiestas and weddings. The majority of these shows either didn't compensate at all or paid very little. As a result, Roland squandered any opportunity to boost his self-esteem by acting. He also competed in nearby singing contests of a smaller scale. Winning was a rarity, but when it did happen, it was enough to keep his dream alive. Extra jobs like riding a bike or delivering packages helped him support his family. So, the music had to take a back seat. It was in the early 2000s when he started performing in local Cebu restaurants and bars. He excelled at performing English love songs as well as original Filipino music (OPM). His songwriting credits include Gary Valenciano, Martin Rivera, Whitney Houston, and Journey, among others. He improved his performance and met more people through these gigs. One more thing Roland did was upload music videos of himself performing. He recorded cover versions of depressing songs using an old phone or a borrowed camera, which he then uploaded to YouTube and Facebook. Even though it was gradual at first, people started to notice him due to his sincere and emotive style. While this was going on, a lot of issues were resolved. Roland was unsupervised and lacked access to modern equipment and leisure activities. Genevieve, his wife, had unwavering faith in him, even though others around him dismissed his singing ambitions as ridiculous. Her selfless care for the family while he pursued his passion was a game-changer. Roland finally broke through in 2017 when he was cast in Tawag Tanghalan's second season. The show was a well-known singing competition that Roland was a part of, and it was broadcast on the noontime ABS-CBN show It's Showtime. Other gifted singers like Adeline Roblin were also competitors. Michael Bolton's stunning rendition of I Loved You But I Lied showcased his incredible vocal range and profound emotional range, making it one of his finest performances. He achieved an impressive score of 93. You're a winner every single day at 8%. Despite Adeline's 90, he was not named champion. Roland left an impression when she performed I Am Changing and received a 6% increase. He did not advance to the semifinals despite the positive reception his powerful vocals received from the judges and audience. The appearance on Tawag ng Tanghalan helped Abante get jobs in the entertainment business, even though he didn't win the title. He appeared as a guest star on shows such as Gandang Gabi Vice, and shared the stage with well-known artists like Arnel Pineda and Gary Valenciano on ASAP. Roland Abante is attempting to win America's Got Talent with this performance. Everything changed for him the moment he stepped onto that stage that night in 2023. In the Philippines, he had performed at modest events while working as a fisherman the year before. Once he sang I Will Always Love You at a party and posted the video online, he became famous. After seeing the video go viral, the producers of American Idol invited the contestant to try out for the show. For a while, Roland doubted that he should go. Not only was he illiterate and uneducated, but he had never left the nation. But he caved in to the pressure from his loved ones, who encouraged him to do it. Arriving in Los Angeles was like stepping into another dimension. Roland was filled with fear and uncertainty about how others would perceive him. However, he clung to his voice because it was his sole competency. He emerged on June 6th, dressed in all black, and introduced himself as a fisherman and father of 4. With that, he began to sing When a Man Loves a Woman. Suddenly, his entire performance changed. The audience remained silent and attentive throughout. The room was energized and moved by the passion in his voice. At the song's conclusion, the audience was up and dancing, and the judges appeared astounded. Every note had raw power, and his story, honesty, and music were all remarkable. The reason shows like AGT exist, according to one, is because of his story and style. A second source characterized him as a hidden superstar who sent shivers down her spine. Despite his humble beginnings, he had made great strides and performed with passion, as all in the audience could tell. He truly deserved that moment, Sophia told him, her voice tinged with anger. All 4 judges gave him the green light. Terry Crews embraced him tightly and told him he was the show's soul and the reason viewers tuned in. He advanced to the next round because that show was watched by people all over the globe. This time, his interview was even more popular, with over 20 million views all over the globe. At last, Roland Abante, the fisherman with the big voice, had discovered his platform. Since its 2006 debut, the show has been a major player in the entertainment industry. This is how it puts the spotlight on artists. On a large stage, anyone can perform for an audience of millions. For a shot at winning cash and a Las Vegas show, try your hand at magic, singing, dancing, or telling jokes on AGT. Heidi Klum, Sofia Vergara, Simon Cowell, and Howie Mandel are the judges. The show is hosted by Terry Crews. What makes AGT stand out is its structure. The audition process is rigorous, and the acts must be able to perform in under a minute. Because both the judges and the audience get a vote in the elimination, the show is interactive and entertaining. With the addition of the golden buzzer in Season 9, the host and each judge are able to send one act directly to the live performances. These buzzer moments are so moving that they stay with the audience long after the performance has ended. The judge's genuine interest in the contestants' plights piques the interest of the audience. The next step is to select the participants for the live performances in a second round. This intermediate stage has evolved throughout time. Contestants rehearsed and performed the show under the name Las Vegas Callbacks. After rebranding to Vegas Verdicts, the show's judges selected contestants based on their performances in audition videos. Over the years, it evolved into what is now known as Judgment Week, and was held in New York. Judging cuts were introduced from Season 10 through Season 14. The competitors rehearsed their routines for the primary judges and an additional judge, each of whom had their own golden buzzer to see how they fared. Season 15 had to cut this round short due to COVID-19. In Season 16, the show began to resemble Britain's Got Talent more in terms of group performances and elimination rounds leading up to the live finals. The quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals are broadcast live each week. Filming has moved to Los Angeles for these episodes. Every competitor gets a second chance to perform, and the judges can still halt acts mid-set with a buzzer. Voting continues with a results show revealing the next contestant. Let's revisit Roland's progression through the rounds as he sings his tearful semifinal song. We will now move on to the semifinals, the most important part of the tournament. September 12, 2023 was a daring day for Roland because he sang Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You. Yeah, that one. Despite the fact that it is one of the most challenging songs ever, Roland persisted. He started slowly and gently, allowing his emotions to flow. Then he crescendoed to those powerful high notes that the entire Dolby Theater danced to. There was no requirement for wacky effects or dazzling lights. His sincere stage presence, raw emotions, and voice were all that was required to achieve fame. Upon his completion, the entire room erupted in applause and a standing ovation. It was not just the theatergoers, even online fans were going ballistic. His performance moved and enchanted many, according to the comments posted on social media. Coming from a small fishing town in the Philippines, he now presided over one of the world's most prestigious stages. The frequency with which his story was mentioned was what set it apart. Ability and passion alone, without any formal education. The judges' emotions were plain to see.
According to Simon Cowell, Roland brought attention to the purpose of AGT, which is to discover music that inspires and surprises us. Roland was an emotional performer in addition to a talented singer. Once again, Sofia Vergara sobbed as she assured Roland that his song was completely authentic. Heidi Klum was a huge fan of his when he decided to make the song his own. In addition to singing, Roland's voice tells stories, as Howie Mandel so eloquently put it. The energy backstage was just as high. Presenter Terry Crews couldn't suppress a grin. He raved to Roland about how much of a star Roland was. He was joined by his Filipino family via video call. For a second there was complete clarity. In the semifinals, Roland's life took a dramatic turn. Two other competitors, though, were obviously staring at him. The 24-year-old magician Anna Duzman has become famous for her deft card tricks. Her impact extended far beyond her appearance on America's Got Talent. As a close-up magician and card trick performer, Anna stunned audiences with her unique style. Only a handful of female magicians have ever advanced to the quarterfinals of American Got Talent. Her charisma, self-assurance, competence, and air of mystique made for an engaging interview. Sofia Vergara, Simon Cowell, Howie Mandel, and Heidi Klum were all in on it. She made illogical guesses about their card choices. Upon seeing the final performance, the entire audience leaped to their feet in shock. Clearly, the judges were satisfied. Heidi Klum wasted no time mentioning how rare it is for women to possess such exceptional magical abilities. She informed him that more individuals like him were needed. According to Sofia, Simon Cowell praised Anna's performance, and the audience loved how she brought modern magic into the spotlight. The three judges all agreed with her, and the internet went wild over it. It was a promising beginning for Anne. The audience loved how she brought her own unique style and personality to the show, making it her own, rather than being just another magician. Returning for the semifinals, Anna knew she had to perform better, and she duly accomplished. She performed some of her signature card tricks, but this time she brought out a larger deck, and invited even more audience members to join in on the fun. Bigger, riskier, and unquestionably better. It was more eye-catching. She carried herself with poise and confidence, as she effortlessly performed another jaw-dropping revelation, leaving onlookers in awe. It was well received by the judiciary. With another round of compliments, Heidi told her, "You show that women can rule magic." Howie found her growing confidence endearing, and he thought her performance was quite clever. Although Simon thought the pace could have been quicker, he couldn't deny that it was an improvement over her first round. Even though the show wasn't flawless, Sofia summed it up best. Spectacular and so cool. Despite the flaws, the audience loved Anna's daring style and fresh energy. After competing against other emotionally charged acts, such as Roland Abante, she managed to garner enough votes to advance to the finals. The story of Chibi Unity on America's Got Talent. The energetic Japanese dance group Chibi Unity had a successful audition. Being the final audition of the season, they were under pressure to leave a strong impression, which they duly accomplished. Their electric experiment aired in June 2023. As part of their dance routine, the group incorporated hip-hop, modern dance, and traditional Japanese dance elements. They were all in sync, and dressed similarly. The end product was a show that evoked a wide range of emotions. The audience went wild with jubilation. There was a lot of force and precision in every move. Due to the flawless coordination of their patterns, it appeared as though the entire group was marching in unison. A complete event, not merely a dance. The same was the opinion of the judges. According to Simon, they were the best dance group we've ever had. Heidi Klum gushed about how incredible they were. Their enthusiasm quickly permeated the room. According to Sofia Vergara, their worldwide appeal and approachability made them a sure bet to win. According to Howie Mandel, after Chibi Unity's audition, the audience gave them a standing ovation, confirming that they had advanced to the next round. One of the most thrilling dance groups the show had witnessed in a long time, according to many viewers. Many marveled at their boundless energy and skill, while others cherished the way their art showcased their culture. While it was entertaining, some questioned whether or not they could maintain such intense concentration in real life. In the semifinals on September 12, 2023, Chibi Unity had a tough time. A minor injury occurred to one of their dancers during the performance. Still, they refused to let it dampen their spirits. They persisted with determination and fortitude. The second routine that night was every bit as thrilling as the first. This time, though, it drew on their past to tell a more profound tale. There was less risk, more power, and tighter choreography in the routines. Despite the minor setback, the performance continued uninterrupted. It was courageous and motivating, and Simon Cowell lauded their perseverance. Their routine demonstrated genuine emotion, which Heidi Klum appreciated. Everything appeared so easy to Sofia. Howie gave them high marks for rescuing a potentially disastrous situation and turning it into something spectacular. As America's Got Talent's semi-final results were announced, the atmosphere in the room became increasingly anxious. Which ones departed? Silence fell over the audience. As they stood side by side, each act appeared to be holding their breath. During the count of votes, nobody knew what would happen next. Most of them had come this far at the end of a lengthy journey. But for a select few fortunate souls, it was merely the beginning of what lay ahead. The night's top winners, Anna Duzman and Chibi Unity, will be advancing to the finals. That was a pivotal moment for Anna. Getting to the finals wasn't merely a victory for her, it was a proud moment for women in magic. Even though not everyone thought Anna could match the emotional impact of a powerful singer like Roland Abante, the majority of spectators thought she added something fresh to the performance. Her charisma, oratory skills, and cunning card tricks made her the season's biggest surprise. Magic, when performed by an individual of her self-assured and fashionable caliber, can be both entertaining and inspirational. Chibi Unity also seemed to have won with its progress. They stood out due to their hectic schedules, excellent teamwork skills, and cultural pride. Despite an early injury to one of their dancers, they maintained composure and fought valiantly. In the semifinals, their performance moved more than just onlookers. It brought back all the feelings that fans had for the band. The enjoyment, however, was not shared by all. Although Roland Abante's performance was deeply moving, he was not advanced to the finals. Even after losing, he thanked his friends and kept smiling. He kept his emotions in check on stage, but they were palpable when he was off camera. According to Roland, the journey was extremely taxing and difficult. His boss, Joel Sag, arranged for a vacation to Hawaii for him to unwind after he was fired. Roland found some much-needed downtime, relaxation, and serenity. Fan outrage was also expressed on various social media platforms. Many viewers felt Roland was unjustly left out of the finale and felt he should have been there instead. A number of well-known Filipinos, including musician Gary Valenciano, expressed their support. Although Roland's racing days are over, his artistic career is just beginning. As Valenciano put it, "Roland, you didn't lose, you won the world's heart." Roland Abante's offstage life is as genuine as his onstage persona. The 4 children they share, who have remained anonymous, are a source of great pride for him and his wife, Genevieve Abante. When he needed someone, Genevieve was there for him. From the days of tight finances, to the highs and lows of America's Got Talent, Roland often refers to her as his rock. He emphasized to AGT, "Without Genevieve, I wouldn't be here. She's my everything." Prior to their breakthrough, they led a humble existence in Santander, Philippines. As a means of subsistence, Roland fished and sang at modest local gatherings. Life wasn't always easy for him, but he loved his family and music. "Since I joined AGT and met new people, I've had more opportunities, and things have started to improve. Their lives can be made safer, and they can dream a little bigger now that they have this opportunity." Even though he is now famous, Roland remains humble. He remains deeply committed to his Christian faith in all that he does. He has always believed that his voice was a gift from God. He frequently declares, "I sing to thank God for me." His gratitude shines through in every performance, regardless of the venue or size of the stage. Since his return to the Philippines, Roland has been accorded hero status. He has expressed an interest in penning and recording his own songs to tell his story, and he still frequently performs as an actor. No goal is too big, and he takes great pleasure in inspiring others, particularly the youth of his nation. As Roland puts it, "If a fisherman like me can do this, anyone can." He has developed close friendships with fellow artists and friends throughout the years. Since they both went through the same thing on AGT, he is close with fellow Filipino star Shadow Ace. Additionally telling is Roland's admiration for Whitney Houston. He credits her music with teaching him to put emotion into his singing. Notable figures such as Regine Velasquez and Martin Rivera have expressed an interest in collaborating with him since AGT. Has he disappeared? Even after leaving America's Got Talent, Roland Abante kept going strong. Actually, his to-do list was longer. He has enjoyed performing in both the US and the Philippines as a result of his fame from American Got Talent. Pine Kitchen in Woodbridge, Virginia, was the venue for his December 2024 live performance. Just to hear his powerful, moving voice, fans flocked to the eatery. The journey is far from finished. On May 31, 2025, he will perform at the Ati Atihan restaurant in Chicago. Rumor has it that the show will feature Roland's deep voice in concert, and the anticipation among internet users is palpable. On Instagram, he expresses his gratitude to his fans for all the love and support they've given him. More performances in 2025 are hinted at by him as well. Now that he has fans in 2 countries, the Philippines and the United States, he proudly tags both in his social media posts. But live shows and challenges aren't Roland's only moves. His latest endeavor, penning his own musical compositions. In early 2025, he announced on Facebook that he was composing original music. That is a significant improvement over simply singing karaoke and songs. He continues to share straightforward, honest updates, such as his Christmas plans in the US or his peaceful holiday thoughts. He remains the same modest man who aspired to sing beyond his neighborhood, despite his current fame. Now he's writing music, touring the globe, and communicating with fans all over the globe. We trust you enjoyed this video. Be patient.